pull the trigger on something maybe earlier?
Yeah, I think that's the advantage we had of playing them twice down the end of the season, is that we could look at everything, see what we felt, could be the best first start and the first step in the playoffs. So, yeah, for sure.
Chris, Jaden, I think, is going to get open looks, right? I mean, just with the way that they defend. How have you seen this year his shooting? It seems like it's dipped from what it was a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, we have every confidence that he's going to be able to make shots. For us, it's really about getting better spacing, I think. So those shots come in a little bit better rhythm, and those are the ones that are easier for everybody to make. And he's got to make sure that he's ready to shoot, and he doesn't pump fake himself covered or cut out of the space when the shot's there.
With so many on-ball defenders, how deep does your options go?
How deep does what?
Do your options go in terms of rotation possibilities?
I don't think we're looking at shortening our rotation at all right now. So, 9 maybe. I think whoever that 9th guy is might be up for debate a little bit, but for sure, we're able to. I think our depth is one of the things that is a strength for us and has been, and we got to find a way to use it to our advantage in this series.
Like the way they won up on it, he starts with the ball at top. That first pass is like an extended elbow, probably open 3. Is that good offense to your mind, or is too much of that not a good?
No, I think it's good offense. We create open shots. They put 2 or 3 on the ball, and guys just have to be ready to shoot that or punch a gap and create some chain reaction of rotation. That's what we have to be able to do, take advantage of that.
Maybe just knock down 12 one-pass shots, and that'll be other things.
I think we got to be ready to rise up and knock down shots over top of them anyway. I think our shooting feels like it's been a little sluggish. We got to be ready to take it, and the Ants got to be ready to take it too.
Around Christmas time, and started to get loaded up on a little bit more, and he had to kind of go through a process of understanding to get off the ball in those places you've talked about. How have you just kind of seen him progress from maybe that time in the season where he struggled with it a little bit? Not understanding.
I mean, he knows exactly what to do. We got to do a better job of giving him outlets on the floor. With our spacing, that's what we talked about earlier. For sure. He just has to make sure that he stays aggressive in all the other ways that you can stay aggressive in the game, and we need him to do that.
Did you have to convince him kind of some there, like
off the
middle
ball
of the season?
No, not really. He was turning it over at a pretty good clip. I think that was a good learning lesson for him. He wants to make the right play, but he's also super aggressive trying to get to the rim, which is what makes him so special. And when people are going to commit that many defenders to you, you got to wear it as a badge of honor.
In the rhythm of a series, does it matter to you? Do you have a preference whether it's a 2:30 start, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
Nah, we'll be ready to go. I mean, a whole week worth of practice has been great at this time of the year. It's a luxury that you create for yourself. But I know we'll be ready to go. I mean, the 9 o'clock starts sometimes are the hardest ones just because you got to wait around all day.
Regardless of who you put him on, Mike has a pretty grueling assignment.
Yeah.
Will you try to lighten the load to scheme or rotation, do you think?
I think Mike does a really good job battling his matchup. Sometimes we could probably give him a little bit more help. So I think maybe scheme based we can definitely help him out there.
We talked a bit about your needing to get the ball in Carl's hands a little more, directing it. How do you accomplish that without disrupting maybe the flow?
Well, I mean, definitely we got to find him on the mismatches against switches that make sense. I think we missed a bunch of those the other day. Play call the ball into his hands. We know what that's going to look like. So, it's on me. I got to get that across to our players. We have talked a lot and worked a lot on that. We need him. He looks good, actually. He looks like he's had 2 really, really good days of practice. It looks like a lot of the rust has been knocked off. So couldn't ask for a better time.
Ant was dealing with an illness late in the season. Sounded sick when he was talking to us yesterday. How is he doing physically?
He's fine. He's fine.
What's the key to prepping guys, or is there anything you have to say heading into the playoffs to make sure they don't press too much, like when the pressure and lights go?
I mean, listen, it's for those guys that have been there are going to be more comfortable with those guys that don't have as much experience. That's just part of the learning curve. There's not a whole lot you can say. I think you got to be ready and do your homework, and we got to come out with a great start. That start, means readiness and all the ways that you individually or collectively get yourself ready. So.
even just like a Carl, sometimes in the past it seemed like at the start of the series or something, he would just try to do too much.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make sure that maybe he gets off to a better start than he has in past series in his career?
I mean, just again, play with poise. I mean, you're not going to win a series in the first game. You're going to win a game in the first quarter. So just go out and do what we do. Calm down. There's going to be some excitement. The building should be electric. But you got to play with the maturity that we've been preaching all year.
Special emphasis on a good start. I mean, you guys the last 10 games have been.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a point of emphasis for the last 10 games, and against these guys in particular, our starts have been poor, and it's really what's put us in a position to battle uphill the whole time. And against a team with this much firepower and this many tough shot makers, you can tighten up a game, and they can make 3 really, really hard shots, and now they put enough distance in the game. So, yeah, I think it's a very, very important thing to the series and to the game to be off to a good start.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.